Jenny. Welcome to my channel, Callie Jenny's Crafty Stitching. In today's video, we're going to take a look at another kit that I got from Wattobizz. Not going to lie, I do have quite a few of them that I still have to show you, but one at a time, my friends. All right, welcome everyone. Hope as you are watching this, you are having a wonderful day. As I am filming, it is Sunday. What is today? Gosh, I don't even know what day it is. Let's see. Sunday, October 19th. It is 12 o'clock. I don't normally film on Sundays, but hubby went to play some golf. So I figured I'd take the opportunity to get another video in. Not sure when you'll see this. I do already have, I think, a bunch of them already pre-recorded because of my trip coming up. But at some point you will see it. If you are new, I hope you will enjoy the video. Consider becoming a part of the family here and hitting that subscribe button at notification bell. That way you are notified when I upload. Welcome back to all my friends and family who always come by and support me. I love you guys. If all of you could give me a thumbs up if you enjoy the video, I'd appreciate it. That just helps other cross-stitch lovers find their way to me. All right, are we ready to take a look? As always, it does come in this resealable bag. It does say ain't no biz like Wattobizz. As you guys know, I 100% agree with that. I have a ton of them. I still have a lot more on the way. So obviously I agree with that. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. If for some reason I managed to wrap this up a little quicker than usual, maybe we could look at a second one. But as of right now, we're just going to plan for this one. Okay, got it out of the big resealable bag. Just going to put that over here. Then give me a minute to get it out of the crinkle bag. Okay. Move that one out. I won't be putting it back in that probably. Okay, let us take a look. All right, are we ready to see what this one is? All right, here we go. Look at that. Like I said, I have a lot of them to show you, but I wanted to show you this one because I myself want to see all the wonderful purples. I love purple. I love owls, so this was a no-brainer for me. This is 50 by 70 centimeters, so it is going to be a bit larger one, which if I have trouble showing it all to you, I'll just take a picture and include it. I did get this one in 16 count. Most of the time nowadays, I get it in 14 count, but sometimes I get in that 16 count mood. And this one, I did get it in 50 colors. If you turn it over, it does show you we have 16 chart pages, and then it does show you all of our symbols, which will match the canvas. It always does. And from number 20 through 50 are blended. See all those? Very clear, very nice. Always. Absolutely love Wattobizz. I do believe, and I do feel, in my personal opinion, Wattobizz has the best booklets. Look at this. Look at that. A full page of what your canvas is going to look like. I don't know of anybody else who does that. Maybe I'm forgetting someone. I don't remember anyone that does it. But I like how the booklets are put together. They don't have a little spine thing that slips off. This is my favorite way to get a book. They know how to do it. They do it right, and I appreciate it. All right, just to take a quick peek at just one of the chart pages a little bit, just to show you it is very clear. The sizes of the squares are very large. As I'm filming this, by the way, I am trying to do this in natural light without having to add any extra glaring light. So hopefully it is going to turn out well enough. But look at that. Very, very beautiful. I don't know if you heard, that was our cat Bumblebee sneezing. All right, so that is our gorgeous book. And again, one more time, look at that beautiful owl. Look at the details. Even the flowers back behind it. I love that. The flowers all around it, the pink. Oh, but those purples are everything. You can just imagine how good this is going to look stitched. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go ahead and get our stuff out of here. And we'll take a look at all this stuff first. And then we will take a look at our canvas and then our floss, kind of like how we usually do it. All right, let me just move that out of the way for the moment. Oh my God, I love that color of that. Just sneak peek. Look at the color of that floss. I hope it's picking up. It is a beautiful lavender purple. All right, so standard with the Wattobizz kits, you do get one of these hoops. Again, and as I always say, but in case this is your first time watching, even though you may not use these ever or rarely, you can use these to complete a project and hang on the wall or put on those little hoop easels. So those are still nice to have. We get the little Ain't No Biz like Wattobizz needle tin. It does have a magnet in here to keep your needles from going all over the place. I have a lot of these. A lot of the kits now on the Wattobizz website does allow you to choose to opt out of getting the hoop and the tin, which when it does, I have started doing that only because I have so many already and I'd like to use those up before I get any more. We get our little snip scissors. Those are usually pretty good if you are in a pinch and need some. We get our little bottle of needles. Let me get this other stuff out just because there tends to often be other needles. Like, look at, there's a whole bunch of them. I can see them already in there in our little frogger. You do always get a little frogger or seam ripper, whatever you choose to call it. It does have a bunch of needles in there. So let me go ahead and open this up. You get a lot of needles. Once I have them all together, I'll show you what it looks like. It is typically, though, 18 needles. Come on. I see a bunch of them in there. They just don't want to come out. Look at that. Is that all of them now? I think it is. Okay, look at it. Just in the seam ripper or frogger, again, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure how those wind up in there, but they often do. So just be careful. There's usually also a couple of needles in the fabric. Maybe not today. Be great if there isn't, then I'll have to take them out. But if not, anyway, this is what it looks like. Look at all those needles. You think that'll be enough needles to complete your kit? I believe it will. That is a lot of needles. I used to count them all the time. It was always 18, so I quit counting. All right, so let us put this stuff back together. Again, we got our wonderful frogger. I got a lot of these too. We got our finger protectors, and again, I got it in my favorite color, purple. These, again, are my favorite. These are just the best. They're the most comfortable for me to wear. Okay, we got all that. Look at all this stuff already. Then we got, looks like the rest of it is stuck to our wax. It does melt sometimes in the heat. All right, okay. Finally got that out of there. We got our little, this is what happens when you get old, everybody. Your brain draws a blank when you try to think of a word. Our finger thimble. So, not a fan of these. I don't use them. I don't really know of anybody that does. So, if you do, be sure to raise your hand. All right, we got our needle threader. These are my favorite. They do not break. And we got our wax for our threads for when they are being naughty. You just run the needle up through the center there. Hopefully the camera's picking it up. And wax your threads to keep them a little bit more manageable. All right, so let us go ahead and put that back in here. Now, if I do manage to have enough time to show you guys a second kit, I will not be showing you all this stuff again. All right, keep our fingers crossed. It'd be nice to actually be able to get a couple in again. All right, so can't even get this zip closed. All right, so let me move all this stuff out of the way. We're going to take a look at our canvas. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge because, again, it is 50 by 70, which is huge. And another wonderful thing now about the Wattobizz kits is all this extra fabric now that comes around it. Look at all that fabric. Look at all that. And of course, always serged all the way around. Always, always. Not sure what this is. Looks like something maybe got on the canvas right there. I'm not really worried about it though. For one, it'll probably wash off when I'm done with the kit and go to wash all the ink out. But even if it didn't, it's in a spot where it's not going to matter. All right. Look at the size of this canvas. I told you it was going to be huge. Oh my gosh. All right. Let me try turning it this way. Okay. Sorry, I got all these pop-up messages coming. Surprise, surprise. I do have a camera that I've ordered that I'm going to try using for my videos. We'll see how it works out. I don't know. But this is a complete look at it. It's kind of crooked here. Trying to get it straight. But as you can see, this is very large. If I remember, I will try to remember to take a picture and include it. But this is very, very large. And this is in 16 count, my friends. Now, it does partially seem bigger probably because we do have all this extra fabric all the way around it. And that is so when you put it in a scroll frame, you have plenty of extra fabric that you can still have your complete picture exposed. So that is wonderful. Those of us who like to put in scroll frames, especially these larger ones, have found that to be an issue. And you know what? My camera turned. So I'm very excited about getting the new camera. I'm also getting a new tripod. So hopefully it'll be a little bit better. But we'll see what happens. Who knows? It's me. So, yeah, you get what you get. But I love you guys. All right. So let us try to take a little closer look here. You know what? Hold on. Let me fold this back up and then we'll do the closer look so I can just bring it up to you. Just because this one is so huge, I want to kind of try to make it a little bit more manageable here. Let's see how close we can get without it going too blurry. As you can see, printing is very clear. It always is with these Wattobizz kits, so absolutely fabulous. Now, it does have spots that are definitely going to be busier than others. That is always the case. But look at it. It is beautiful. Look at that. That's about as good as it can get, right? I mean, unless you only have two colors, I suppose. All right, let us take a look at our floss. Another wonderful thing about Wattobizz, they come on these acrylic floss cards, which I love. Look at all these colors. Wow. Okay, so this is the first floss card. Remember, I said, I think it was 20 through 50 has the blends. A wonderful thing also about Wattobizz is they put the blends together for you. So looking at from 20 on, you will see that that is the blends together. So you will, obviously a lot of this, so you will take one of each of those colors for that symbol. All right, so let us just take a little closer look here. Look at those colors. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous, right? Absolutely gorgeous. All right, let's flip it over and look at the other side. Look at this. Oof, there's a lot of that color. A lot of colors that I absolutely love. Going to enjoy stitching it. Okay, that was the first one. And then our second one, which is 38 through 50. And that's what these look like. And of course, again, these are all blends. Now, some of these, the colors are pretty close together. So it might be a little difficult to make out the blends. But absolutely beautiful, right? I mean, come on, absolutely gorgeous. All of them together. Beautiful purples. Oh my gosh, I just love it. All right, so I'm not going to spread this all back out again. It is way too big. But needless to say, we got our beautiful canvas with our gorgeous print. We got our beautiful floss. We got our booklet which is excellent. Remember, again, that beautiful picture. Yes. All right, and then we got all this stuff extra in our kit here. So we got our little tin there and everything. I mean, come on. That is excellent. All right, so this was, I should say, an auction win. So you would not be able to purchase this on the Wattobizz website. However, you might find something similar to it. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, but they have a lot of beautiful art over there. And not just cross stitch, they also do diamond painting. So whatever your preference is, be sure to take a look. They even have PDFs, so you can do it and count it if you like. And then, of course, we got our big old resealable bag to put it all back in. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and actually try to do one more. So hold on just one moment while I move all this out of the way. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and take a look at our second one. Again, an auction win. Most of my kits from Wattobizz are auction wins. However, I do have a few that I actually just purchased from the website. I do have more on the way that I purchased from the website. So again, this though is an auction win. So again, we do have our giant resealable bag that does say "Ain't no biz like Wattobizz." Okay, this one should go a little quicker, folks, because I'm not gonna, show all the tools that come with it. Okay, so put our bag over here out of the way. Give me a second to get this loud bag open. All right, are we ready to take a look at this one? Okay, and this one, look at this. Oh, that's so pretty. I love fairies. I love fairies and mermaids and elves and dwarves. Witches. I love everything magical and mystical. I just love it. And then I love the ocean, seashells. Oh my gosh. This is like a perfect storm. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And look at her eyes. Look at her eyes. Let me see how close I can get without it blurring. But just look at the detail, the flowers in her hair, birds in the sky are beautiful wings. Look at the wings. And then, of course, we have our big wave out in the ocean with our beach and our seashells. Oh, my gosh. Cat sneezing again. And then, of course, her beautiful hair and her dress. And again, look at those wings. Oh, my gosh. It's so beautiful. All right, and then, of course, on the other side, this one we have 12 pages for our chart. And this one's 50 by 50, 16 count, 50 colors. And the blends on this one are from 31 to 50. You see that there. Beautiful, clear symbols, as always. All right, who wants to see the big picture on the inside? I know I do. Okay. Look at this. Look at that huge picture. Isn't that beautiful? This is stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. Obviously, I couldn't resist. That is my problem. And then, of course, again, we'll take a little peek at our chart. Again, very clear, nice size boxes. I think it looks excellent. Okay. So that is our gorgeous book that we got. Okay, let's take our stuff out again. Oh, this one does have needles in it. I wonder if the other one did. I just missed it. I don't think so, though. Okay, let me get it all out here. Again, same standard stuff. Got our needles, our Frogger, our finger protectors, all in there. Same as the other one. And again, in purple. Thank you so much, Sandy. I love the purple. I've been getting very lucky getting the purples. And, of course, our tin and our snippy snippers and our hoop. Okay, this one obviously going to be completely different in the color scheme. But what is not different is that beautiful extra fabric all the way around. Again, perfect for putting it in a scroll frame. It's just awesome. All right, let me open it up. thing is huge. All right, let's just try to get the picture in here. All right, look at all that. Look at how much extra fabric. That is fabulous. There's so much you could do with this when you're done because it has all this extra fabric. I might use like a tapestry. I don't know. Haven't decided what I want to do yet. I might do something like some kind of fabric edging around it and then put it on like a tapestry hanger. But we'll see what happens. And I forgot to mention in the last one, it's the same in all of them. They do a double printing of the legend. That way, if you wanted to, you could cut this one off along this blue line and have that separate and keep it by you. You would just want to make sure that you reseal the edges after doing so. And I myself just finally got around to ordering some fabric glue for sealing the edges for just that such occasion. All right, so we got our little picture, mini picture of what our kit is going to look like. But look at the rendering on this. Look at how good you can see. I mean, you can clearly see her. You see her face, you see her wings, you see this beautiful wave here, the seashells. You see everything fabulous. And sorry that it's all wrinkled up, but of course it's been in the packaging and it's just so huge. Now, the thing with all this extra fabric, it does make it a little bit more of a challenge to show you everything, but we can do it and it is worth it. All right, so once again, I think I will fold this up so we can take a closer look at the canvas. This one, it definitely has spots that you can tell are going to be a little busier than others, but you also have a lot of block stitching in this one, which makes this one a more of a relaxing stitch, which is fabulous. Okay, so let us go ahead and fold this back up and take a closer look at the canvas for this wonderful printing. Okay, and again, you can totally see her face right here and part of her wings, her arm. But look at this. Again, let's take a close look, see how close we can get. See, this is one of the things I like about filming with my phone. It is very good at zooming in. And this is automatic zooming because I'm lifting it up to the camera. But look at how good that looks. It is beautiful. I think this is going to be a pretty easy stitch. Okay. All right, so let us move that out of the way. We're going to take a look again at our floss. Once again, it is on these acrylic floss cards that you always get, which is wonderful. It's always 1 through 74. So I couldn't tell you how many of these I have at this point. I have a lot. And I'm not mad about any of them. I love each and every one. This is so much better than getting your floss on paper. All right, so let us take a look at this floss card all together. And look at these gorgeous blues. And of course, the earthy tones for the sand and her skin and all that. But look at these gorgeous blues. Let me kind of turn it towards the light because I don't have any lights on. This is just natural light. So hopefully it's picking up pretty good. All right, so let us take a little closer look again. Get it to focus up close at these gorgeous colors. All these blues. If you love blue, you will love this one. And again, yes, this one is an auction win. You're not going to find this exact kit on the website, but you might find something similar. You just have to look. Look at that. That baby blues. Ooh, that minty green right there. Oh, that is so pretty. Look at that. Just gorgeous colors. And you can already see some of the blends coming in here too. The two different color shades. All right. So that is that one. And then our second one. Look at, oh, those are happy colors there. Look at that happy yellow. That is pretty. All right, closer look again. We get that. That has got to be for like the beach, those colors. I love those colors too. Look at that, so pretty. Such happy yellows. Like the peachy colors, so pretty. Beautiful. All right, let's take a look one more time at all of it together. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful floss. I'm so excited. I wish I had, 6 arms, 3 heads, and all the time in the world so I could just stitch all these nonstop. But we did get our beautiful canvas, our beautiful floss. We got our wonderful book, and we got all of our tools, and of course our big old bag to put it all in again. All right, that is everything we got for those 2 kits. Do let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment down below if you love these as much as I do, or if you have gotten other kits from Wattobizz. I will have all the information, of course, in the box down below, as well as a discount code to get 5% off standard kits. So that is it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Love you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope all of you will be very safe. Always be blessed. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.